Yes, so my people, I greet the house, I greet everybody. You see, every one of us, I hope that we see what has been going on in our country, what has been happening about these few days, about Nandi Kanu and the protesters. We can see that each and every one of us, everybody is coming out to give their own opinion. And I will be putting a video here now because there's someone I love so much. And this is somebody who many of us are looking up to. And his name is Liborous Oshoma. He has also come out to give his own opinion about the protest and about our leader. He talk about our leader, talk about the protester, also talk about the who also joined the protest. His whole idea, if it is support of maybe if we are to be him joining the protest or not, because he also said that for himself, not that maybe disagree with the idea of the lawyer joining the protest, but for he himself, he will never participate in any protest for his client or so. So here now we are going to be looking, or we are going to be listening to him for all he has said about this protest. The problem we have in Nigeria is just the way that we cannot understand. And Nigeria is not it's not a banana republic. And about 80% or 90% about people you met today, asking them about the situation of Nnamdi Kanu, everybody agree that yes, Nnamdi Kanu should be released. But if it is like that now, that about 90% of people you talk to, they agree that Nnamdi Kanu should be released, then who are the people holding Nnamdi Kanu not to release? Who are the people responsible in Nnamdi Kanu imprisonment that Nnamdi Kanu must not be released? Because meanwhile, about 70% of the people coming out the television or in the social media, they all agree that Nnamdi Kanu, the offense he committed, there are a lot of people who committed the offense that is more than Nnamdi Kanu, but those people, they are walking freely in the street. But why is the government not arresting them, even up to the extent that the government is even holding a meeting with the bandits? But those are some of the reasons people give, that if the government should hold a meeting with the bandit, then what is the extent of arresting Nnamdi Kanu? So, but without wasting much of your time, we'll be coming back here. Let's listen to our father, our brother, our mentor, and Luberos, what he have to say about this Nnamdi Kanu. Because I know that each and every one of us will have our opinion. But let's just listen to him and hear him what he have to say, because it is very necessary this time around now. So every one of us will have to be very, very careful. Let us listen and hear him.
According to Fidel Castro, in a land of lawlessness, it is illegal to be law-abiding. It's in this regard that I want to talk about the Free Nnamdi Kanu movement, the collaboration of our diaspora, the silence of our leaders, and then the active hypocrisy of our government. There's been this back and forth between lawyers in different platforms, even ordinary people, on whether a lawyer who's a defense lawyer in a matter should participate in a protest for the release of the subject matter. And some persons have argued that there's nothing in the law books stopping him from doing that, while others have argued that certainly there's something in the law book called professional ethics, that they shouldn't have done that. But I would say that it is the hypocrisy of the state that led to where we are. And so, in that regard, one can easily plead for mercy for him. But for me, I will not, under no circumstances, will I sacrifice, my certificate for, such situations. You can advise the clients, you can advise the protesters, but participating is a no-no. But I'll still plead for mercy for him. But in all of this, you cannot, in all honesty, talk about the trial of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu without talking about the hypocrisy in the system. We see bandits coming to discuss peace with government officials in the north, hanging guns, hanging rifles on their neck, in many Okadas, and they're allowed to roam free. And It is because of such situations and such optics that people will say, well, if you can allow this, why don't you let Nnamdi Kanu go? Because you can't be asking for peace without a sense of justice. And the justice should be across board. Yes, the atrocities in the southeast, the killings, the sit at home and the rest, but also the atrocities in the north. What is good for the goose should be good for the gander. But also, we can't talk about this without talking about the silence of the leaders in both regions. When Boko Haram started, we saw how the leaders, for fear, maintained a conspiracy of silence. Also, in the southeast, we saw how leaders were scared to even call Nnamdi Kanu to order. The same way those in the north didn't call their boys to order, because Almajiris that they didn't train suddenly became the bandit of today. And in the words of my friend, Dr. Ugo Egbujo, even Okada riders became intellectuals, and the intellectuals were treated as otele. I remember when Senator Abaribe talked about the Biafra of the mind. He was called Iberibe. He was called names. And then also you had the funders from diaspora who felt that they were tired and wanted to become ambassadors. We were sharing positions for a state that was yet to be acquired, for a state that they didn't even know whether it will exist. And then even believing that Trump would come fight for a Biafra state for them. They didn't think that there was MASSOB, and now you have IPOB. But all said, you have the conspiracy of the Nigerian state. You can't take it away from the behavior, the attitude, the selective justice of the Nigerian state that is fanning this. Recently, we saw the release of drug barons and people who sold guns, and then we saw how bandits will carry guns to come and negotiate with government officials, and everybody will look the other way. We pretend as if these things don't exist. It does. That's why people will say, if you can do this, release Nnamdi Kanu. But I say that if we continue like this, a time will come where some other persons will rise up without a sense of justice. Some other persons will rise up someday and also demand for let my people go. So I would want to call on the Nigerian state. There should be access to justice at all levels. Yeah, and then for the people, sentiment can avail you, all these emotions can avail you sentimentally, but legally speaking, it cannot avail you against a crime. So, when you're committing a crime, know where you come from. Even those in the north today who are wielding guns, someday also, some persons will come when no care. And all of this will...
Yes, so my people, now that you have listened to our brother, I said Mr. Liborous, there's a Barrister Liborous, what did you have to say about all he explained here now? You can kindly also drop your comment in the comment section. And then now the federal government of Nigeria, which is the Nigeria, they have now used the Nigeria police also to arrest Mr. Showore. The reason being known to them that he organized the protest of a free Nnamdi Kanu. But where we all know that the Nigeria police, they just use that as a means of arresting Showore. Meanwhile, we all know that Showore has some glitches with the Nigeria IGP, that is Mr. Egbetokun, for calling him an illegal IGP, and also the clash between Omoyele Showore and the president for calling the president of all sorts of name, of which we are not in support. So we don't really know the reason of rearresting Showore, but all we are waiting in the next coming days to hear the report of his rearrest. Thank you all for watching. Please, if today is your first time of coming across our video, do us a favor by liking our page, subscribe, and also help us to share. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.